Hello, my name is Judith Zilberberg and I'm a French student here at Hufs. Today on the Hufs campus, we are asking people about feminism in South Korea. Since I've been in South Korea, I asked myself and other people about the perception of feminism, especially the 4B movement that was portrayed a lot by foreign media, but not as much here. As of 2023, South Korea ranked 105th out of the 146 countries in the World Economic Forum's Gender Gap Index, which evaluates gender-based gaps in education, welfare, employment, and political power. Especially with what's happening with the presidency debate, I thought it was really interesting to get people's opinions on the subject.
How do you think media covers feminism in South Korea?
In South Korea, I think social medias and public are kind of responding in a bad way towards feminism, and I don't think it's that open-minded yet compared to other countries.
They're trying to be more conscious. Okay? They're trying to incorporate some voices of feminist activists. I don't think they're trying to go deeper into any specific ideas or problems at this point. I don't think it's that mature, but I do think that mostly journalists are feeling the need just to listen and account for feminist voices.
Can you share a story about gender-based difficulties women you know faced?
되게 어려운 건데. 잠깐만. 스케치북? 엄마 이거 좀 하고. 이것만 하고 해주겠지. 잠깐만.
Like you can, like when you go to the bank, for example, and you go with your husband, they don't really look at you when you are speaking because tend to look at the male figure.
So I haven't had that experience, but I guess that mansplaining is a thing.
문제도 좀 있고 그래서 그거를 해결하기 위해서 많이 정부에서도 노력하고 있습니다.
It's a little hard for me.
I personally have not been very familiar with such female population, honestly speaking. And I think that's because I studied all my life. But I do know that, even among my generation colleagues, PhD earners, and professionals, they had to make a conscious decision to get wedded, spares a couple of years during childbirth, and put a slight break in their career pursuit, or bypass marriage and just be adamant in pursuing a career. So that was a conscious decision among, the 50 or so female Korean population that I am aware of.
Have you ever been a victim of sexism in South Korea?
Was followed out of the bus. Remember? That was very scary. I didn't know what to do. Because I saw this man looking at me when we were in the bus, but I thought nothing of it. And then I noticed that he went down on the same stop as I did. So I was like, oh, creepy. And I video called my cousin because she was here. And he kept following me up to the entrance of the university.
뭔가 확실한 피해자라기보단 전 사실 이전에 여대를 다녔었는데 그 여대 역 앞 화장실은 몰카가 많으니까 가면 안 된다라는 소문이 엄청 많이 돌았을 정도로 약간 그런 부분 좀 조심해야 되는 게 좀 짜증난다.
I believe I have. And I think I think my generation was always exposed to sexism and misogynist comments all throughout our lives without us being even aware of what's going on.
Do you know women who identify as feminists or who are taking part in the 4B movement?
I know there are some people in the press who declares for the feminists, but I don't know anyone in the real life.
I don't know anyone who's taken part in this.
직접적으로 누군가를 알고 있다거나 그런 건 아니지만 약간 최근 들어서 그런 생각을 갖고 있는 분들이 많아지고 있는 추세라는 걸 좀 느끼는 정도인 것 같습니다.
Would you call yourself feminist? Why?
Not really, because I haven't thought about that in a deep way, but I do support feminism and I respect them.
Because over the years, the meaning of feminism has changed. It's been used in a way that, puts men down. but I believe that feminism is like equality for both. So yes, I would consider myself a feminist to a certain degree.
Yeah, for example, I remember once, like before I need to say I wasn't a feminist until I searched the definition in the dictionary of the Spanish dictionary, and it's literally the definition, seeking the equality between the man and the woman.
Is feminism decreasing in South Korea? Let's look at some numbers. Well, Korean young men are definitely more opposed to feminism, with half of them in their 20s who are anti-feminist. A tendency that is illustrated by this election's exit poll, with 73% of young Koreans who voted for conservative candidates.
Thank you for listening to these interviews. I hope you learned something today. I know I did. I will leave you with this question. Do you think feminist ideas are decreasing here in South Korea? And how would you explain it? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.